expected to convene again very shortly for the 5th day of the general debate. Key speakers expected in the first half of proceedings today are the Prime Minister of Armenia, Nikol Pashinyan, the Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, the German Foreign Minister Johann Vadeful, and the Indian Minister of External Affairs Dr. S. Jaishankar. Additionally, foreign ministers of Cuba, Belarus and Egypt will also take to the dais. Indian External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar is also expected to meet with, this meeting has taken place with Sergei Lavrov on the margins of the General Assembly, and in focus is the effort to end the war in Ukraine, as well as the uptick in bilateral cooperation is another focal point of the discussion. At the United Nations General Assembly, Venezuela's Foreign Minister Juan Pinto has accused the United States of fabricating what he called vulgar and perverse lies to justify military threats against his country. Pinto told world leaders that Washington is attempting to bring war to the Caribbean and South America in order to push regime change in Caracas and seize Venezuela's vast oil and gas wealth. He also denounced years of sanctions, destabilization attempts, and even a drone assassination plot against Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Now, according to Pinto, Venezuela is a nation that loves peace but will always be ready to defend it. His remarks drew applause from the Venezuelan delegation, even as tensions between Caracas and Washington remain high. Take a look.
Hoy, la agresión apunta a Venezuela, un país pacífico y solidario. Como a Venezuela no se le puede acusar de tener armas de destrucción masivas o armas nucleares, hoy inventan vulgares y perversas mentiras que nadie cree, ni en Estados Unidos ni en el mundo, para justificar una millonaria amenaza militar atroz, extravagante e inmoral. Por eso, agradecemos una vez más a la opinión pública mundial y de los Estados Unidos, a los gobiernos y pueblos del mundo, la denuncia de este intento de llevar la guerra al Caribe y Sudamérica, para propiciar un cambio de régimen que les permita robarse la incalculable riqueza petrolera y gasífera de Venezuela.
We do know that Caracas and Washington have been at odds ever since the U.S. has bolstered its troop presence in the Caribbean. It's deployed its warships, some crucial bombers and F-35 jets in the region as well. Some of the Venezuelan vessels, which the United States claims was trafficking drugs, have been struck by the U.S. military earlier as well. Several operations have taken place which Venezuela has claimed are in violation of its territorial integrity. Meanwhile, Nicolas Maduro, the president of Venezuela, has called on militias to take up arms. He's called on the peasants of Venezuela to take up arms and defend the country's territory as well. The United States, meanwhile, is continuing to maintain that Venezuela is trafficking drugs into the United States of America in large volumes, and therefore is waging this war against drugs and against Maduro's administration over there. Pinto, meanwhile, the Venezuelan foreign minister, has now claimed that the United States is in fact trying to force regime change and is trying to access Venezuela's vast oil and natural gas reserves. The U.S. government does not recognize Nicolas Maduro as the legitimate president of Venezuela. These statements by the Venezuelan foreign minister have come at the platform of the United Nations General Assembly. Remember, this is the 80th edition, the 80th anniversary of the United Nations that is being marked in New York, and world leaders are taking to stage over there. With us on the broadcast is Mr. Glenn Grant, former advisor to the Ukrainian Defense Minister, joining us from Kiev. Thank you so much for taking our time speaking to us on NewsX World. Venezuela leveling rather serious accusations against the United States. Venezuelan foreign minister has come out on the UNGA platform and has accused the U.S. of trying to force regime change in Caracas. He's gone on to state that the U.S. is actually eyeing the oil reserves, the vast oil and natural gas reserves that Venezuela has. Meanwhile, the U.S. has denied these claims. U.S. in fact emphasizes that Venezuela manufactures cacao and a lot of cocaine, which is then transshipped into the United States of America, creating a menace for the people living over there. What do you make of these rather bold accusations that have been leveled in New York?
It's very difficult to put truth against both sides. I mean, certainly what we do know is that there have been a lot of American warships and Marines down close to the Venezuelan border, and they have already sunk a ship that they claimed was full of drugs that then turned out to be a shipping vessel, which of course is totally against international law. Why it's very difficult is because America is being very secretive about these things, but their actions say that they are intent on doing something with or to Venezuela. So I think that the Venezuelans are clearly understanding that they are facing possibly the full might of America. Whether it's exactly what they've said we will know in the coming weeks. But certainly something is happening, and people should keep their eyes on it.
All right, so I request you to stay on with us.